Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Regulate Your Nervous System with Maria Brown. And I am really thrilled that you are here today for the first episode in the podcast series relating to activating the pharmacy within. And so last episode was fabulous on working around the idea of anxiety and first learning how your breathing patterns are, learning whether you're breathing in a way that promotes anxiety or promotes calm, and learning that diaphragmatic breathing is the key to regulating your nervous system so that you're breathing deeply and you're breathing slowly. And so it was a wonderful episode. If you missed it, start there, because we also learned a lot about nitric oxide and through nasal breathing, how to activate the increased production of nitric oxide in the body and all of the benefits. And we also learned how to retrain our brain so that we can establish healthier breathing patterns in our daily lives, which is so important because it signals to the brain safety. And when the brain perceives that we are in a state of safety, the nervous system calms down almost naturally. So today we're going to build off of that foundation in what I call nasal singing. So it's basically using nasal breathing, but adding toning or humming to our breathing pattern to mindfully activate the pharmacy within that will bring us into a state of nervous system regulation that will increase our nitric oxide production in the nasal passage by 15%. And also, the toning is a direct activation of the vagal nerve. And that vagus nerve is the main communication pathway between the brain and the body to regulate our nervous system. Direct activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, which puts us into rest and digest mode. And today we're going to learn that sound is the bridge between the breath and the brain, and that we will be able to even change our brainwave frequency through not only sound, but vibrational healing that we do on our own. We have the ability and the choice to activate this on our own every single day. So Stephen Porges, through polyvagal theory, states that vibration and sound are the cues that send the signal to the brain and to the nervous system to shift us out of survival mode and into that rest and digest phase. So we're going to explore that just a little bit more today. So let's recall a little bit about what we talked about last episode on nitric oxide production and why the benefits of increasing it through nasal breathing is so powerful for our overall wellness. We know that it supports vagal toning. It increases our circulation because it is a vasodilator and therefore improves and increases oxygen delivery, therefore oxygen efficiency to our cells and tissues. It also supports our immune defense system, and it decreases inflammation. And those are just a few of the main health benefits that we get from increased nitric oxide. And that increased immune support is really important because it's a way of our body organically synthesizing antimicrobial and antiviral agents, as well as creating antioxidants within our body for better immune response. Now, when we participate in nasal singing, we are increasing the amount of nitric oxide that's being produced in the nasal passage. And we are also activating through vibration. We're activating vibration in our cranial area. We are activating the vibration in the throat, in the chest, and in the heart space. And the importance of that is that it signals to the brain safety. So in the brain, there's a whole other set of responses that are happening just from this nasal singing. And I have in the International Journal of Yoga, there's this amazing article produced by Bangalore Kailani in 2011 with a whole bunch of other researchers. And it says that chanting, such as oming, is associated with significant deactivation of limbic regions, including the amygdala and the hippocampus, which are strongly involved in the stress, emotional, and anxiety responses in the brain. And so the amygdala is the fear center. And when the fear center is deactivated through this toning, that shows up as a state of calm. The prefrontal cortex also becomes more engaged, and that's really important, not only for emotional regulation, but also for improving clarity, focus, and resilience. Our brain waves shift from beta, when we're totally activated, to alpha, which is a state of calm. Pretty amazing. So let's try Brahmi breathing together. This is an old pranayama technique that you can really feel the vibration when you do this. So the way that we're going to do is we're going to take our thumbs. We're not going to stick them in our ears, but we're going to just close off our ears and then take the fingers and close off your eyes. And that's so that you're really focused into your cranial area and pay attention to your throat and even the vibration in your chest. And what we're going to do is we're going to take an extended hum. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, that nasal breathing, and we're going to exhale with a very extended hum as long as you can. And when you're doing that, just pay attention to what is happening with the vibration in your body. So much fun. I love it. So let's put our fingers, our thumbs, close off the ears, close off the eyes. Inhale through the nose as your belly expands. An extended hum. Crazy, right? Amazing. So some of the things that I felt, not only did I feel this vibration all around my head, stimulating the pineal gland, I also, when I closed off my eyes, I was kind of looking to the midbrain region, and I saw colors. I saw like yellow and blue and violet just from doing that. The one thing that's really interesting is not only do we get the vibration, but we're also getting that extended exhale because we're breathing in, and then the hum is like the extended exhale. Only we have the hum and the vibration that goes along with it with enhanced benefits. Next, we're going to do toning. So if you've ever listened to Gregorian chanting or heard of monks that sit for hours and hours and hours every day doing chanting, there is a reason why. It can really bring you to this amazing state, and it moves energy through your system, and it is very relaxing and very calming, and it activates the pineal gland, which and the pituitary gland. So the whole midbrain region gets activated with this humming and this vibration, and that allows for the release of those really happy hormones. You've got dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins that get released. And so now we're going to do the toning with a sound of Om, and it's going to be really ah, oo, instead of the O. And the ah is going to be a deep sound that will activate the energy centers low in the third dantian, the third energy center in our body. And so we're going to do it with a low and you can feel that vibration right there. And then we're going to do a oo sound, and it'll be ooh, and you can feel the vibration in the chest, in the heart space, and in the throat. And then for the we're going to close our eyes. We're going to be looking to the midbrain. We're going to have our tongue on the roof of our mouth, and we are going to do this sound, and it's going to be extended. So we're going to make it as long as we can. So here we go. Let's close our eyes and begin. Inhale through the nose. And with that, you can feel the vibration just moving up your entire body. And so I love doing that one. It's really great. And again, not only is it moving the energy through your whole body, you are also activating the nervous system, the vagus nerve directly, and creating this sense of calm. And then continue to try that on your own and just follow the movement of energy. And it is a direct activation of the vagus nerve again. So if you struggle with anxiety or stress or difficulty focusing, this is another way to just activate everything in your body through the power of your breath, through the power of humming and toning and singing, what I call nasal singing, and bringing yourself to a state of rest and digest, of relaxation. So in closing, nervous system regulation through this nasal singing, it will reduce your stress, anxiety, and inability to focus or have clarity by combining the breath, the vibration. Your body remembers that these are the things that are calming. And as a teacher, I had many students that were in the autism spectrum or had autism spectrum disorder. And they would, when they were overstimulated, they would automatically, what they would call self-stimming, but they would hum because they knew that that was what would return them back to center. That was what was a calming effect because our body remembers. So you can always bring yourself back to this state by breathing, having that long exhale through humming or toning, and allowing that brain chemistry and body chemistry to shift just through the power of your breath. The next episode is going to be activating the pharmacy within part 2, where we are going to focus on rhythmic breathing and heart-brain coherence. And that allows for not only emotional regulation as well, but also improving clarity and focus and creativity in your thinking, and also building resilience. So don't miss the next episode. And if this episode supported you, there are some things that you can do to help me get the information out there to the people who need it most. Subscribe and share it, like it, and leave a comment. Let me know how this worked for you. How did it feel in your body when you did this? I'd love to interact with everybody when I get comments. I really love that. And it lets me know what's working, or if something was not clear or you were struggling with something, sometimes the breathing or the humming or the toning, can be a challenge, and I can give you a tip further on how to promote that nervous system regulation through nasal singing. You can also follow me on social media. You can find me in Facebook and Instagram as Maria Brown Breathwork, Serenity Wellness, and also Flow State Art by Maria. If you have an event and you need a speaker, or you would like to do some more coaching, you can email me at maria@serenitywellnessandcoaching.com, or find me on my Linktree. There's all different types of events and things that you can learn about how you can participate more and learn more about regulating your nervous system. There are also 3 webinars you can join for free the first 3 Wednesdays of every month. So check that out. It's all in my Linktree. And until next time, breathe gently, hum softly, and let your own nervous system regulation be the gift that you give to the world. Thank you for joining me. I'm grateful you're here. Have a beautiful day.